Hi friend, David here from Learn Stage Lighting, and in this video we're going to talk about DJ lights. How do you choose the right lights for your DJ or EDM setup? Well, the answer sometimes isn't as simple as it may look. In fact, when I work with people, the number one problem I see in DJ lighting is somebody goes out, you go and buy some lights, whether that's some lights you found used from somebody locally. Maybe they're new. You asked a product rep or you asked a well-meaning dealer for some recommendations and they sold you some stuff. And you didn't really tell them what you needed. And so you go to set up this stuff and then you go, you know what, I'm not sure this fits really what I need. Well, that's what we're going to talk about today. So when I look, and it's interesting because, I'm teaching the lighting, and my role here is as a lighting teacher, but I'm not a DJ first. However, that doesn't mean I haven't worked with a lot of DJs. I haven't lit DJs, and I have done both those things, worked with DJs, lit DJs, and I get the unique opportunity of kind of being on the outside, not being a DJ, and being able to look in and see what DJs are doing and see what works and what doesn't. Because at the end of the day, DJing and EDM music, sure, it can be a hobby, right? But for a lot of you guys, it's a business. It's your livelihood or a side income. And if you want to do well with it, adding lighting is one of those services you can add that can really add some great value and help you in billing more out of your clients and being able to provide more value and therefore be able to make more on your gigs without massive amounts of effort. Okay, and that is the big key there, right? Is how can we choose the right lights that make it so that we're not expending a ton more effort, but we are getting significantly more results. And part of this, I'm going to look into these eliminator lights that are right above me later this week and really walk you through these and show you guys some different examples of types of lights that they have and how they could work, how they could help you create great DJ lighting. Because I think it goes hand in hand, right? If you get the right lights for what you need, it's going to be easier to do what you want to do. Okay, so as I mentioned in the last video, if you haven't checked it out, check it out on the side over here right now. I talked about the two types of lighting that we see in DJ lighting. Sure, we can break this down further, and there's other ways to do this, but two types. You've got the lighting on your DJ area and the dance floor, kind of that music effect lighting that's going along with your show. And then you've got the lighting that is on the rest of the room. Maybe you've put uplights around the perimeter. Maybe you've highlighted some of the outside of the building with some uplights. Maybe you've highlighted the entrance from the lobby into the room. Maybe you've put up some custom gobos with the initials of the bride and groom or the name of the school or whatever. The possibilities are really endless in both sides of this equation, right? So the first question we have to ask is, okay, which type of lighting do we need? Well, we know that for a basic DJ setup, when we're talking about, engaging an audience, engaging that crowd and bringing them into the party, that the first thing you really want to do is, you want to get some lights on your DJ area / the dance floor to create that energy on that side of the room, whether it's central or shoved into a corner, so that people know where the DJ is and they get pulled in and they start dancing. Because when they do that right, that's when you're engaging that crowd, you're providing that value to the audience and to your client. So one of the things I like to recommend starting out with, and this is simple, is some of those bar-like kits. Of course, I tell you, Eliminator sent me this stuff. I think they've got a bar kit. Chevet's got one. Blizzard's got one. They've all got these kind of pre-built bars that have some different lights on them that you can control via DMX or via sound active mode. And of course, I'm the world's biggest advocate of DMX, right? Yeah. And these are a great starting point. The big benefits of these, you can slap a couple of these up behind you or beside your DJ table. And now you plug in one power, one DMX cable, and you're off to the races. It's that simple, okay? If you want to move up from there, a place you could go is start adding some small moving hits. You know, you could put those maybe on some cases that you've covered in black tablecloth, maybe on the sides of your DJ booth, or maybe you put them behind you on a truss upright that could have a white sock on it that you put an LED part in, for example. Okay? And there are so many options there that I'm not going to, shout out specific products here, but, do check out my guide, 4 things you need to know before you buy any DJ lighting. We'll link to it here, because I go into how to kind of find the right thing and match it up really well. Okay, so those are some ideas for beginning with a DJ lighting setup for the DJ area. Okay, but you probably know, and I know because I've been in these situations, that lighting that DJ area, while that can be enough for a small event, what really transforms a blank canvas of a room, whether it be a hotel ballroom, a church fellowship hall, an outdoor venue, whatever. What really transforms a space from bland into a true elegant event is getting some lighting around that room. And the simplest, easiest way to get started is with some battery-powered or plug-in uplights. Okay? Now, if you can spring for the cash to get the battery-powered stuff, I get mostly that stuff. Sure, you could get a combination of the both, and where there's plugs, plug-in lights, but, the battery ones, man, you cannot argue with these things for event lighting. A lot of times they have wireless DMX. Some do, some don't. They often will have little remotes. Actually, I've got one right here. Often they have these little remotes where you can just press the colors, point it down at that light, and now you're changing the colors on that light. You set it and forget it. Real simple, right? And so wireless battery-powered LEDs like this are awesome because you can simply not have to worry about power, not have to worry about plugging them in, not have to worry about if the people bringing out the coffee unplug your light to plug in the coffee. You don't have to worry about any of that stuff. You can drop them anywhere. You can turn them on, with this remote. Boom, get the look set, shut them all off real quick, and then when it's time to start the event, walk around, turn them back on. Takes you 10 minutes, and then you're ready to go. And so I'm a big fan of these when you're first wanting to light the room. But some notable mentions here as well is try to look at some products as well for other stuff. Maybe you've got a special event going on that's an undersea type dance, and maybe you invest for that one in some water effect lights and point them at the ceiling to build that under the sea look. There are really a lot of options, but I think at least, hopefully, this video gives you just a really brief introduction into looking at, okay, how do I get started choosing the right lights? Ultimately, the package that I recommend to most people who are starting is to get yourself, 10, 12 of those uplights and some lights to create some action around your space on the DJ zone and on the dance floor. And when you've got those two things, now you can really go ahead and really, take some great pictures, put on some great events, and really be able to market yourself and have that lighting package that's a great add-on that puts you in front of other DJs who might not be able to have that. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe, thumbs up this video real big, and grab my free guide, 4 things you need to know before you start with DJ lighting. In there, I'm going to show you what you need to know before you buy any DJ lights, and also we'll send you more information about lighting, how it works, how to connect lights together, and show you more resources that we've got at Learn Stage Lighting to help you grow. Awesome. I will be back next week, guys, where we're going to talk about making DJ lighting scenes. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a blast, and I can't wait to see you there, as long as you're subscribed. So hit it now. Thanks.